Welcome to the Fanatics Film. And I am just high on a little bit of crack cocaine. What about you?
A little crack cocaine? But is that legal?
Only in the apocalypse, apparently. Because remember last week you talked about how...
It looked like drugs. I could have been mistaken.
I mean, I looked at it closer, and it looked more like paper towels. On first glance, it does look. It looks like a really hefty bag of cocaine.
Why would you not take the paper towels, though? I mean, you think that would come in handy in the apocalypse? Also, so would drugs. I'm not an advocate.
Thanks for joining us to talk about The Walking Dead, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and thanks to all of you who joined us last week and told us, that we were full of crap. No,
we misdirected. We misdirected so we could surprise people who don't read the comic books, and unfortunately, all the people they're not smart zombies.
Well, it's like all the people like we sorry everybody, but we don't watch Talking Dead. Sorry. I know
I don't.
All of you probably do, but the reason why we don't is because apparently they spoil stuff by telling you. I mean, I do. I mean, there's been only a couple of times where I actually watched the preview or the trailer to the next season or the trailer to the next. I mean, very rarely. I think I've done it a couple of times, but honestly, I prefer to see it, immediately because there's so many tiny little Easter eggs that pop out in front of you that surprise the living hell out of you that I would much rather see the show as is and see when the writers intend those Easter eggs to be unearthed. So
I actually do watch trailers. I watch trailers for everything because I love trailers. But I have watched the first season and a half of The Talking Dead, and
so
they would spoil a lot of things. A talk show like that, they definitely tend to inadvertently give away more than I want to know. I'm not completely opposed to spoilers. I am kind of a kid, on Christmas who kind of maybe not open the wrapper and peek, but I give it a shake. And what is this, man? I bet I know what this is. But so I don't mind. But
it's a foot.
I like that happened once, but we won't go into that. That's the whole thing is with the internet. And it's not a real big criticism, but it's hard to keep surprises. And there's a lot of people who watch The Walking Dead who don't read the comic books and the trade paperback collections of the comic books. And then there's a lot of people who read the comics who don't watch the TV series. But I was kind of throwing out a little misdirection because, in our first episode review, I did mention the Whisperers and Samantha Morton as the leader. And then it was like, oh, I shouldn't jump.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't know what that is. And we thought we would just kind of have fun with it, and unfortunately I don't know if it got the ire of people, but certain people had to point out to us that no, these are not smart zombies, these are characters from the comic. It's like, okay, I get it, but can't we have some surprises?
Well, it was just funny because everybody just kind of ripped into it. They were just like, well, yeah, obviously you have no idea what's going on because blah blah. It's like, okay, we anyway,
again, not everybody reads the comic books, man.
And we're not. I mean, we're vloggers, we're bloggers, whatever. Where we're just having fun with this.
Yeah.
We like to report and talk about the stuff, but we also are fans, so we also like to be surprised, just like everybody else. So. Yeah. FYI, for anybody who looked down on our last review because we hadn't talked about it, we filmed that the day of the show, and then I edited it. It took me a day or two to edit it, and I didn't. We just wanted to put it out there, and we actually had a lot of fun speculating about intelligent zombies and evolution in general. The whole episode was about evolution, so we tied a lot of other things into that was discussed, cool concepts and things that were in the show that were confirmed, that were part of the story, that were actually really cool. So, and the people who got after us obviously didn't watch.
Sorry if we
watch
offended anybody.
Anyway.
I mean, I'll just say this: I knew I haven't actually gotten that far into the comics. I actually don't purchase them month to month, but I will read a trade paperback collection every now and then. And there's, I don't know how many of those now. There's like 200 issues of the comics. Been going on for 14 years, so I knew who they were. Ben, you don't really read the comics.
No, I don't.
Yeah, so it was a total surprise for you.
I did actually read the Michonne. I read the Michonne arc and it's way more brutal than anything that's happened in this. And Michonne was my she still is one of my top favorite characters. She was my favorite character through season 4, when they were running in and busting people out of the governor's area and all that stuff. So I mean, anyway, the point is that, I mean, it would be great if we could all indulge in every single little piece of canon of every single thing that we love, but we can't, just because of time. There's too much these days. Anyway,
we're grown-ups. We have things we have to do besides watch everything and read everything.
Well, I mean, if you want to subscribe, like, and maybe share this, and you know, join our Patreon page, help us out a little bit, and maybe we can do this full time. So one day we will.
That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.